Supposedly, this article says, I say the Marines are the support for the Navy. Little clickbait, but let's get right into the video. My response. What is up, guys? You're tuning in to Nikki MGTV for another military video for all your military video needs. As always, you can hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below if you have questions. But as always, let's roll right into the topic, and that is this article, which uses the title, Taylor says Marines need to be reminded that they are support for the Navy. Understand how Marine Corps and Navy interact. We, as Navy, do a lot of support functions for the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps does a lot of support functions for the Navy. We work together. I think a lot of times Marines forget that. And while yes, you guys are more of a ground amphibious assault component of the Navy, guess what? You're still part of the Navy. So, a couple things I want to go off on this. Yes, I said that because I want to clarify. I tell factual information on this channel. I try to, the best of my ability, always give good information. And actually, while we're at that good information, just hold on one second. We're gonna look up what most Marines that probably never had to go through a Fleet Marine Force FMF PIN board have had to go through to understand the role of the Marine Corps. We learn as corpsmen, Navy corpsmen, everything about the Marine Corps, from the structure, how it's all set up. I did not say that out of any kind of like ill intent, you know? All right, so verbatim from the 7 principles of the Marine Corps, the very first principle of the 7 elements of the Marine Corps. Brace for shock. Provide Fleet Marine Forces with combined arms and supporting air components in the seizure and defense of advanced naval bases and conduct essential land operations for the naval campaign. Not the Marine Corps campaign, the naval campaign. And I was actually surprised by this. There's a lot of people that I feel have been so caught up in the box of the past 2 decades of OIF, OEF, respect if you served in that. But let's go back to the history of what you guys know about Chesty Puller, Archibald Henderson, Opha May Johnson, all these historical figures of the Marine Corps. And you will see what was World War II, a lot of amphibious landings and the naval doctrine of doing island hopping campaign in World War II. That's what was really known. So I don't want Marines to think that I was bashing them. I'm just looking at factual information of what the 7 elements of the Marine Corps were, and also looking back at history. Yes, the title was taken out of clickbait context a little bit, but I also want to reflect on some of the content that was amazing in the comment section of Facebook. Not many people on Facebook are watching these videos here on YouTube. The only thing that most of these people could come up with was A, I was a boot, B, I was a boot because I had recruit and Navy in the background, which is why I kind of made a few adjustments. I already had these things. Like this corpsman thing right here, already had it, but I didn't want it to break because this shelf is not that sturdy. So I put up other stuff to make it look less boot. Are you guys happy? All right, let's move on. First one here is water is also wet. News at 11. Dude,
you're surrounded by water, you're not wet. Water is wet! If you don't know water, you're wet!
This dude still has his recruit Navy ball caps. Shake my head. How boot could you be? It's called actually keeping stuff that you may want to hold on to later on. You guys don't know I'm actually kind of a hoarder. I have like most of my uniforms. I have like 6 pairs of boots. I've got so much military stuff I've just collected. I just don't throw it away because I didn't have anything from my grandfather from his service really. I think my grandmother has like 2 photos I've seen. Looks like someone got turned down by one too many Marines. And emoji. So I didn't join the Marine Corps. If you've known my channel, you kind of know my story of me joining. I was dating a girl, her dad was a gunnery sergeant, and straight up told me do not join the Marine Corps. I went to the Navy, went through the whole process. I came back home and he said, what job did you pick? And I immediately go hospital corpsman, and he's like, all right, man, you're already done for. You've kind of pretty much, you're already going to be pretty much in the Marine Corps at some point or be with Marines. So I never was denied by the Marine Corps. I just never even wanted to be a Marine. Being in a branch is kind of like a personality. Like obviously if someone is very jock-like and physical fitness, heavy and brotherhood, and that's what they want to go for, I wouldn't say go join the Air Force, you know. I was very self-aware of that. So no, I've never actually wanted to join the Marine Corps, but respect to those that have. CB doesn't give a shit. Either way, we get the worst of both worlds. That is kind of true, because honestly, the Marines that I do work with currently do function a lot of the same similarities as those as CBs. For setting up infrastructure where you'd be staying if you were in a deployed setting, that's kind of what the CBs do, and also kind of what the Marines I'm with currently do. So that's very interesting, and I got to see that they're in the Navy, but they don't act like they're in the Navy. If anything, I would say CBs act more like an infantry, like Army or Marine Corps type personality from my experience. But shout out to the CBs. Next one is more on a serious note, because this guy's bashing me. He says, end up on the ground with you guys either way, hopefully not in the near future. Quoting myself, because obviously no one should hope to go to war, right? Like, that's not like what we live and breathe for. We practice that, but just like anything, just because you have the lethality to wipe something out or kill something doesn't mean you should always do it. TAC 4, being aware of what you're built to do and what your functionality is, but also realizing the good that you can bring is important. What a pansy. I hope he doesn't end up in my unit. So I wrote back to this guy. I said, I hope I do. Because guess what? Cameron, you're a corporal. Don't act all salty. I doubt you've deployed. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm going to doubt it, okay? And I'm also going to doubt that you even stand close to my years of service. So step down, little corporal. Let's be honest here. Another boot commenting. Here we go. You know this dude was hated by his Marines. Probably a shitty fucking dog. Listen here, dude. Alright, none of the corpsmen that you probably deal with can give you light duty and SIQ, meds, treat you, diagnose you, all that kind of stuff. I'm an independent duty corpsman. So if you actually need something, typically you're going to want to come to me versus other corpsmen. I'm not saying other corpsmen are not cool, important, or whatever else, but my function, I'm the person that usually is able to sign off packages, allow you to go to courses. You know, there's much more to my role than the typical corpsman. I know a lot of people don't understand that I look young. I know, I get that. I'm only 28 years old, but I almost look like I'm like 22 to 24. I maybe look like I'm on my first enlistment, and I'm probably talking out of my ass the entire time. But I promise you, I have over 10 years of service. I'm an E6. And I think that's awesome that I can look young still. It's a blessing. To Stefano, he says, probably some boot-ass Poe corpsman, one of them bitchy greenside corpsmen who can't handle grunts. With no grammar, that just even makes sense to me saying that out loud. So please get Grammarly or something else. This is Stefano, okay? I've looked at you. We have 5 mutual friends on Facebook. So I'm assuming you're a corpsman as well, because all your friends that you're mutual with are corpsmen as well. But I want to say this. No, it's not the fact that I can't handle Marines. It's not the fact of me being bitter or anything like that. It was just me saying how joking matter between Marines and Navy sailors and what that dynamic is like. You gotta love the photo. It took a lot of things that I said from a joke manner. If you watch the video of why Marines hate the Navy, if you watch that video, a lot of what was taken down in text was actually in a joking manner. You would really have to watch the video to kind of understand my banter and what I was getting across, because obviously there was satire and some kind of dry humor. I've updated the background. I had a lot of hate from Marines, veterans, boots, everyone across the board, and that's what this is about. I guess thanks for the recognition, thanks for the ad revenue, thanks for the views. I appreciate it. So even if you're a hater, I gotta love you guys still. Let me know down in the comments below, did you see this article somewhere else? Did you see the hate? Because I heard it was posted several different places. I know some of you guys are watching those pages on Facebook or Instagram or whatever else. So I didn't get to see all of them, but it was very interesting to sit back and watch the entertaining comments come by. But as always, if you guys do have questions, you can always hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.